You've seen the book, my book here. Did you see it?
I don't know.
The 90th birthday?
Why don't you let me see
A
that?
white album, darling. This is the 90th birthday that Jack and Natalie made for me.
Oh, I was there.
Sure you
I remember
there.
I was
want you
there.
to see the pictures.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
sure,
that was a great party.
Fred was there. And,
I remember that.
Beautiful dress.
Well, I'm looking forward to the 100th.
I got the dress by Naomi. I didn't even bring it here.
And all the family. Look at that.
Yeah, this is Natalie's family, see? The daughter and the son-in-law, Natalie and Jack, the two children there.
That's the last time
Jenny with the two children. And that's Jay. Now he's got a baby.
Let me see. That's the last time I saw him. I remember Jay just shot up.
Yeah. Oh, he's so tall. He's the tallest in the family there. And this is Naomi. That's her sick husband. He's a wonderful man. That's her son. He became a policeman. He was an electrician. And this is his wife. And this is the younger son. And this is the second. He was here 3 weeks ago on a Saturday, just overnight, to spend the day with me, to see me. That was nice of him. And with his wife. And I am here. You didn't see that?
No.
Last time you were.
Oh, now here's a family I recognize.
Yeah, see that?
Look
Who's
at
that?
Yeah. That's you with a big full bushy beard.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it? Oh, hold it up. Let me see that. Can you hold that around for a second, Lane? I just want to, just for myself, I want to see that.
Some people I recognize, some I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, who's that? Is that you in the middle there? That's the...
In the middle, here I am.
Yeah.
And here is Natalie. No. See, I can't even see with the... Yeah. No, this is Stella.
That's
Stella. Here is Rosalind. Did you know Rosalind?
No.
Oh, no. Rosalind. Oh, this is Jerry's wife. Jerry Fishback.
Ellie.
And this is Stella. And this is Ellen.
Right.
And this is Rosalind's daughter. And this is the younger son.
Stuart.
Stuart, yeah.
And then that's John to the left of you.
Yes, yeah.
With my beard.
Nice.
So, let me go back. I want to pick up the thread. We were talking about Uncle Fred. Now, isn't it true at one time that he was the success of the family and that Grandpa went out west?
Grandpa was the success.
Ultimately.
He made it.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
But at one time, before Grandpa really got started, I thought,
oh, yes.
Fred was the big one.
That's right.
Wasn't there a story?
That's
the
right.
story I want to hear is the story how Grandpa...
He had him move there to California.
Right.
But he couldn't get connected, so he came back to New York.
Now, I
He sold the
understand that...
furniture, he gave away things, and Fred sent them money. But after...
Now, I understand...
Grandpa made a success.
That
he was the richest.
Before that happened, when Grandpa was in California, that Grandma, his wife, was instrumental in his going back to New York, although he didn't know it at the time. Do you know the story I mean?
No, not that but he couldn't get connected there.
Right, but I understand the story was that he gave himself a certain amount of time. And if he didn't get any business offers or he didn't get connected by that date, he would go back to New York.
Yes.
And that just before the deadline ran out, he got a job offer.
Oh, yeah?
But that Grandma didn't want to live in California. She wanted to go back to New York. And so she never told him until years later after they'd gone back to New York. Do you know that story at all? I think Dad had told me that.
And Daddy used to tell me everything. I mean, Grandpa. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It might have just been a made-up story.
She was nice too, that grandma.
Mm.
Her grandma. She was my best friend. You know, one time we lived in the same building.
Yeah.
And Grandpa was a young boy that time, very young. And he was gone with her, he was gone with other girls. He was 16 years old and her mother died. And we were next door neighbors, we were very close. And one day we went down, it was a candy store. We lived on 10th Street, 217, the number, I remember yet, the building. And we went down on a Friday night in the candy store, and on the glass case there, I had my hand, the sand there.
Yeah.
And she came, and she put her elbow and broke the glass and cut my hand. I still got the mark here.
Still got the scar. Oh, look
Really?
at that, yeah. It's
Yeah.
still quite a bump.
So many years, I was 16 years old.
My goodness.
Yeah. So we ran, it was 10 o'clock at night, we ran to the drugstore, and in the drugstore they put one on top of the other and put iodoform powder and bandaged it up. I came home, I was afraid to tell my mother. My mother was asleep already, so I went to sleep, and I fell asleep. She gets up and she smells the iodoform. She said, what happened, what happened? So I showed her. I couldn't use the hand for 2 months.
Ooh.
You know, I couldn't sew.
And was this when you first got to know Bess, or you were good friends by then?
Yeah, it was all right. But I still got a mark here. You know, the vein was cut and
Right.
I put it on top. Now they wouldn't do that. Now you gotta go to the hospital,
Little-
sew it up, and yeah, I got stitches all over. Stitches here and stitches here.
Now let me ask you, when this happened, did you already know Grandma,
Yes,
or you were good friends at
we
the
were
time?
good friends, sure.
What do you know?
Her mother died in my hands.
Really?
It was on a Friday night. My mother went to see a friend. I was playing the piano, and they called me in. And I come in, and she was running. They had a railroad flat. The grandma running back and forth, and I held her. You know, she shouldn't fall. And in my arms, she died.
I mean, she was ill at the time, or it wasn't totally unexpected.
Well, she was sick.
So,
Yeah, the same day, I took her with a trolley car to the doctor. She wanted me to go. She wanted me to take her earrings off. She had diamond earrings. She says, you got a light hand, you know. And I took it off and gave it to them. You know.
now this would be my great-grandmother.
Yes, yes.
Now, what do you know about that side of my family?
We were neighbors that time.
But do you know when they came to this country, where they came from?
No, I knew it from Russia.
From Russia.
Kiev. Kiev is a nice big state.
Right.
Yeah, the mother and father came.
Now, was
the
Grandma?
children were born
They were
here.
born here.
Yeah.
Were they well-to-do?
No, but they made a living. They had a grocery store. And that great-grandma, she was working in the store with the husband. But when she died, she was 36 years old, a young woman. Nice-looking woman, good.
Mm.
And he got married a few times, the father, and lived in Philadelphia. So, but I knew them well because we were young children. We lived on 10th Street, then we moved away.
I'd like to ask you, Fishback has always struck me as a German name.
A what?
A German
German
name. Is part of the family German?
No. I don't know what my grandfather was. I remember him. Oh, I loved him so much. And when we left Bucharest, I cried so because I never seen him again.
Mm.
So,
What do you remember him like?
huh?
What do you tell me about him? What you remember of him?
He was a bookbinder. He worked in a big place, and he was dressed up like, I don't know, a costume he was wearing. And we had a picture. His daughter had the picture. And when the daughter died, they called me up, and she had an apartment and had a trunk and had things there, but I never went to get anything from there. I used to go to see her in the hospital. Every day I used to go, take the bus and go to see her. I used to get a special pass. And my brother had it, paid for her. Kept her 11 years in the hospital, Montefiore Hospital.
He's a very kind
She had 9 children. Her husband died. Her 9 children died before she died. She was the last one to die. And she was so heartbroken. She said she wanted a lot of children when she gets old to have good. You know, you have a lot of children, you have it good. That's what they think. And but they all died before her.
That's a lot. That's
And I
quite
took care of her. My husband, my brother gave the money, and I gave my help because I never stopped going to see her. Even when I had the migraine headache that I couldn't hardly see. And my husband used to say, "Don't go today." I said, "There is nobody to go. I must go." So I was going.
That's nice. How you doing there?
Then I come up, I make a cup of tea because I don't have it downstairs. I haven't got the sugar that I use. You know, I use the equal. You know, on account of the diabetes. And put lemon, and I make a nice hot cup of tea. So I drink a cup of tea with a few little cookies or something, whatever I have. And then I sit, I put on the television if something good. Today is Dallas. You watch that?
religiously
Oh,
every
I
week.
enjoy that.
I enjoy it very much.
Yeah, me too. Dallas I watch, and then I watch the other show that.
Falcon Crest.
Yeah,
Yes, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
They're wonderful
And then
shows.
I go to sleep 11:30, you know, after the news. And if I go to sleep late, I sleep better, and I don't wake up so often. I only woke up 5:30, and I had a nice sleep.
Yeah.
And then I go back to bed, because she don't come till 9,
Yeah.
9:15. And I opened the lock that she should come in. One time, she came and she knocked, you know, on the door. I was fast asleep. So she didn't know what happened to me. She goes down the office and tells the manager, the security man was there. I don't know. My lady didn't open the door. Something happened to her. So he came up with the keys, and he opened the door. Here, I'm in my nightgown. So he says, "What happened to you?" I said, "Nothing happened to me. I slept. I was sleeping." So now I open the door. If I wake up like 7:30, I open the lock, and I go back to bed. Sometimes I doze off, and sometimes I just, in the count of my legs, they hurt.
Have you always been an early riser? Were you always an early riser?
Not too early. Well, when I had little children, I was
Well, you had no choice, I guess.
I had to get up. But like that, sometimes 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, depended, you know. Sometimes 9 o'clock. Now on a Saturday, she don't come. So sometimes I fall asleep again, and I get up 10 o'clock. But there's nothing to lose. Saturday we have lunch instead of dinner.
Right, that's your
So
big...
Jerry and Sylvie used to come and take me out on the Saturday for dinner. But now they're sick, so I eat anything. Doesn't matter.